My name's Theo, and I'm going to be talking about one of the main foundational principles behind the perspective that I share with people. After going down the roads of consciousness and metaphysics and spirituality and all those ideas, that general umbrella for the last couple of decades, I've gone through the phases of normally why most people come this route. They're on some level, whether they realize it or not, they're looking for power, or they're looking for intellectual satisfaction, or maybe there's just some desire to escape. These are some of the fundamental reasons people tend to come to this path. Even those who may take a more religious standpoint and thinking that they're worshiping some deity outside of them, they're hoping for someone to come and work some miracle in their lives. And it's understandable. We've gone through at least several thousand years of a very dark time, what I consider to be a spiritual and emotional dark age. And we're coming out of that now. But it makes sense that, going through these extreme long periods of survival mindset and everything, there would be a desire to either go the route of believing that there's a deity, that you got to get their attention and hope they're willing to help you, or you find out that you're a part of this oneness, and then a lot of people slip into a power dynamic with this great consciousness field that we're a part of. And in my time, having been all over those roads and experienced what some would consider benefit and then also the downfalls of those things, I've come to realize that for me, spirituality and everything under that umbrella is actually about relationship. To me, this is a very conscious being we are a part of, a very personable being. And many people often start off in the manifestation arenas or whatnot saying, okay, how do I get this to do what I want? There's a almost dominating factor to it. And what I have come to find, and I believe we're moving more and more into this time, is the realization that when we work through a lot of the traumas and the things that we're holding on to, we begin to understand our true innocent core desires. We know who we really are on that deeper level. We come to find that our innocent preferences and desires and curiosities are what we were designed to have, which means it's already supported by the divine. And the more we come to recognize that this being is conscious and can be aware of us personally, and that we can have a relationship personally, we start to bridge the two ideas that, yes, we are infinite beings, and this is all an external projection of who and what we are on the highest and deepest levels. We've got to be careful when the mind tries to take that and says, oh, I'm all of it. That's where you run into spiritual narcissism. But it is that, and it is also its own being. And we are our own being. Both are true. And we start to realize that relationship is where the magic is. Innocent relationship. Because we are all a part of what this is, we are experiencing ourselves as a sort of fractal reflection, right? So let's look at that. When we relate with others, including others who have desires that we may be able to assist in the meeting, how do we prefer for them to come to us? Do we prefer to feel appreciated? Do we prefer to feel like we have the freedom and like we can be trusted for our own hearts to sing and apply in the way that we can? In my experience, this being is similar. Like, they will often, I say she because it works for me. She will often allow herself to give to someone who's, let's say, starting off, and they're a little ignorant and they're caught up in, I need to take dominion over this, just to show them what's possible. But I've come to find that often the most powerful people in that regard, if they don't move past that and into a place of true healing and innocent relationship with all divineness, including other divine infinite beings, then they start going through a period where the magic fades, where they actually have to become very vampiric and manipulative more and more to do what they could do before. The reason being is because there comes a point when we're all needing to be brought back to innocence, and ironically, even though more into our child selves, we're also truly growing up, where we realize the gift is the oneness meets individuality. The gift is the relationships. That's what this is all about. So everything that I share is coming from a spirit of, I am in loving relationship with all that is. I am in loving relationship with this conscious beingness. We are all a fractal reflection of this infinite conscious beingness within itself, communicating with itself. And we are our own beings, and she is her own being. It's all true. And coming from that place of navigating that harmony and the innocent core, that inner child place of the heart, the core heart, that's the part that knows how to do it. What Chiron called the innate. So I wanted to share that with you. And everything that you do, when you're out walking amongst the beauty that is this infinite being, take some time to consider, how's she already speaking? How can we relate? And I'll say her. Again, that works for me. It makes sense to me. I have my own views about where yang and yin, or masculine and feminine, work within the divine creation process. So I say her. But as I'm in this, I'm being aware. How does she speak? When do patterns shift up? What would she like? We all want to feel loved and appreciated. Do we really spend enough time considering maybe this is an actual being who wants to connect with, whether you want to call us her children, her extensions, whatever, and feel loved and appreciated? I mean, she supported us for a long time. And the more and more I observe, the more and more awake she appears to be. And I really believe it's time that we started remembering her.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you.